dominance. And Kog'Maw already 0-2. Corki already 3-0. In the top lane, 17 goes down, but he gets the intervention, so he creates a little bit more time of this Jarvan in the top for Chua Chua.
Apologies there, and crisis averted. Minor technical difficulties, but we're back and we're checking out the bottom lane again. Hopefully you guys can see that in time as Valkyrie back from 9769 gets him out safe and sound. Speaking of sound, I'm going to turn that back on. And hopefully everything working out again. Let me know if there's anything that I need to fix. Everything dropped there for a brief moment. But at least getting things back where they need to be. Everything still looking very good for RM.
Yeah, and actually LGD getting the first third of the game, that is a little bit weird, but still the first dragon of the game also went down to RM, so they are still keeping themselves ahead in gold. They might get the third for themselves quite early too, but I don't really see that coming as of yet. But we have this Jarvan lurking around the bottom lane. Might get a nice gank with Luo once again going for the rocket grabs. Still sitting on the river right there. 9769 going for a little bit of damage on this turret. So that will most probably be the first one to go down in favor of RM. But one getting fouled in the jungle by
there's the grab coming out. It misses. The Mega Inferno Bomb could miss as well. But Luo, if he misses everything else, he's going to land it somehow. Ult down to pick up the kill on to Chuan off the dive. And RM just so impressively chasing things out. Not overextending, but 0v0 might be a victim of the death mark. Coming in through the turrets, and it's the R again to get out. Wayless continuing 1v1 dominance.
And I don't know what happened right there. Chuan was already over the wall, and the Jarvan ult still came out on the other side. But yeah, Luo getting the kind of a lucky ultimate. In the end, getting a kill, and Wayless still being very dominant, and even Shui can't do anything in the middle. But can Wayless really carry the game all by himself? Because the bottom lane is not looking too jolly for LGD.
XQ is going to be at least let alone in his lane for a little bit, but that's just because Luo and 9769 have rotated all the way back up to the mid lane. So Luo is still looking for those grabs, but he's hitting on a ward, so probably not as sneaky as he would have liked to be. RM, what is it that they're doing that's catching LGD off guard, or is it more LGD just overextending, Nero?
Well, it's just, I know, RM still winning the game. We're still doing well, and Luo still being a beast on the support. Looks pretty much the same as the previous game, but LGD, I think that they have a little bit more chances of coming out on top this time around. They just need to create a little bit of a dragon control, I think, because they have it nice. Because PYL is just putting up wards everywhere. They may want to find a good fight.
PYL's gonna get dunked on, but there's Mega Inferno Bomb coming down to the bottom lane. But meanwhile, top lane, we've got the action as 17 going for the dive. Wayless for the roam off of mid lane dominance. We'll find that dominance continuing up into the top lane. 9769 kiting backwards. He's got those autos mixed in with some rockets. We'll make it out alive. I believe the Mega Inferno Bomb actually missed on a PYL, so he didn't wind up going down. So it's a 1-for-0 globally. The Wayless's roam pays off with the turret.
And it's really good. That's what LGD needed actually to get. They didn't lose their support. They got a kill on the top. They don't get a turret. And now they have the dominance over the Dragon Pit, I believe. Of course, there's a lot of RM's members. Oh, no. Actually, RM is going for the dragon. It has already respawned.
Oh, Wayless walks the wrong way. Deathmark, and then the follow with the Living Shadow and the Flash. You can't run from Wayless. He R's way back out to his first Living Shadow. Another successful dive. 0v0. Not having a good time there in the mid lane.
Yeah, definitely getting crushed by Wayless. And Wayless just looking so good. But once again, can he really pull it off? Can he win the game himself? But actually, there's the Kale. So having an intervention on a Zed who is so fed might be a really good thing for LGD. And meanwhile, LGD are taking the turret in the inner turret in the middle lane, and RM is just securing the first turret of the game.
2CM's
LGD
gonna
will have
land
to
a
defend
slow
first.
here onto Wayless. There's Luo getting the ult. There's the knockup as well. Luo staying safe there out to the back, but he gets sniped out there at the end. But it's 9769 with the kill onto Wayless, starting things out. But LGD there to close in and finish off the fight. 3 for 1. LGD. They're starting to bring it back.
Yeah, and it is really looking good for them. So as I said, this game looking a little bit better than the previous one. They actually do have the advantage because of the turrets right now. So this time around, it is RM who want to come back and not LGD. So definitely a better position to be in for the LPL team.
In this game, Wayless is starting to get really, really strong. He kind of had the same effect in game number 1, where he was able to at least 1v1, 0v0 a lot and win those trades. But this time, Wayless is choosing to roam a little bit more and continuing to win that mid lane matchup. So he's got it where it counts. Luo looking for the grab. Is he going to find it? Gets the speed up. Where is the grab? Bubble landed. PYL. Keeping her carry safe, but it's 2CM coming in around from the other side. There's the grab. It's looking for XQ. Where's the heat sinking? Doesn't even need it. Grabs it back in. There's Chuan for the safeguard. XQ still going to go down there for Luo with the kill. The kick back there. Luo still alive. Thank you very much. Chuan saving him out there with a dragon kick. And 1 for 0 this time in favor of RM. Winning it out.
Yeah, well, and once again, as LGD get themselves back into the game, they lose a fight in the bottom lane because this bottom is such a beast for RM. I'm repeating it over and over again, but this Corki and Blitzcrank are just doing so well. If they get some support from the other laners, like Gragas with the teleport or the jungler, they're just gonna own it. And once again, Wayless, can he really carry the game all by himself?
Oh, able to dodge away from the Luo grab, so if you're immune to Luo, I think you got a pretty good chance of carrying this game. Luo dies to a death mark, but if Wayless goes in, there's enough damage to blow him up. Forced to play very carefully. See if he's overextending here.
And there's still the shield for Luo, so he might actually stay alive through a death mark.
The rest of RM starting to group up around that top lane. Ping is going down on the Wayless. They want to stop this Zed split push, because currently he's drawing way too much presence up there. 2v1 right now, and nobody can stop Wayless's push. So if LGD go for the split, this could be exactly what they need. Luo having to play that one very, very carefully. Wayless taunting them. He knows he's strong, and he's going to push it home.
Luo showing a little bit of a scumbag Crepo play right there. Steals the big golem from his AD carry. Steals a lot of kills in the games. That might be a thing. Yeah, Wayless will be getting this turret really shortly.
The 9769 can't even stay to defend because he's going to get death marked through his Valkyrie and just blown up before he can do anything. So very, very careful. It's Wayless in a 1v2 lane. Take down the second tier top lane turret for LGD.
Very nice one. 4-1 in the turrets right now for LGD. It's looking quite good.
And they're actually just face tanking the bottom lane turrets. So turrets going down all across the map. Only one turret this game for RM. A big discrepancy in the global objectives. But now, oh, Luo's going in there. The teleport to the Shadow Death Mark as well. Valkyrie away there with the last of his mana. 9769 staying safe in the back. Knock up onto Wayless. Can he get back in there? The Blade of the Ruined King coming out just in the nick of time. Almost with the 1v3 kill. But Wayless finally going down.
Yeah, almost, but it's so good. He's just outplaying everyone, just like Luo is outplaying everyone in LGD. You know, the bottom turret stays alive too. It's really good for RM. You got a kill on Wayless. It is a shutdown, so they get a little bit more gold, but their mid laner is not doing too well. OVO right now sitting at 0-3.
A barrel does not stop PYL from going back, somewhat confusingly. Okay. That last 0.05 seconds of invulnerability paying off. Red buff going to go over to 9769, so at least he'll have that advantage over XQ. And to be honest, as much of an advantage as Wayless has in the mid lane over 0v0, you have to look towards bottom lane as 9769 is dominating XQ. At Kog'Maw very, very far behind, finally with a Blade of the Ruined King. but so much further behind than 9769. Oh,
Yeah, so
Wayless, how does he know? He dodges the Luo crab there like a boss. Gosh, this guy is good. Where is this play in game 1? He's just a little bit less mobile, and Wayless using that Z mobility to maximum effect.
yep, definitely. Just showing some Name kind of senses coming out in this game. When Name's counted out 3 people in one brush with the Twitch. Yeah, I'm talking about this Corki in the bottom lane and Kog'Maw. Kog'Maw is not really gonna be useful, as I said.
Schwan goes in very over-aggressive. Gets intervention. Mega Inferno Bomb not going to catch him off the end of that. Wayless still very strong, and Luo down to half health.
Yeah, the intervention was used though, so RM might be looking for a fight.
Grab lands on the Schwan. How does he hit everyone? Of course, that's a little bit of an exaggeration, but Luo is no joke. Now PYL and Wayless, the rest of LGD, they're like, well, where do we go? Answer is probably to try for a pick on a 9769. He'll be able to get out of there. Might mean a free dragon, though, for LGD.
Might be, but yeah, still Kog'Maw actually doing a little bit of damage with his ultimate, but he's just not the useful one. The late game is not coming quite as
0v0, out of mana and out of options. He flashes back away, and intervention's back up there. RM forcing a flash away. 0v0 and 9769 all gonna try to get out of there. Wait, what? How did he find that range? It's the Zhonya's from 0v0 and Wayless. What on earth? How does he... Okay. He went in with a Living Shadow and walked backwards and then sort of teleported back to 9769. I didn't follow exactly how the mechanics of that worked, but Wayless making some incredible plays. One thing's for sure, Wayless is not playless this game.
Yeah, definitely Wayless showing the top of his form in this game and carrying his team to victory. I was actually doubting if he can do this all alone.
Oh, man. Schwan's going to get out of there. Where's the burst damage? 2CM. Not the right time to TP in. He goes down there without a fight. LGD. They're not giving out without a fight either. Okay, lost game number 1, and they are pulling it back here in the second game.
Yeah, and they're once again looking strong. And it's still early in the game. 21st, 22nd minute, and we already have 6k gold difference. It was a little bit bigger in the previous one, but it's still alright for LGD. They can pull it off into a win, unless they start throwing a little bit.
Alright, well, RM are going to pick up the Dragon pretty much for free. Luo is waiting for the grab. Grabs Schwan into the Dragon Pit. That's not where he wants to be. He's a little bit ahead of schedule. Luo grabs the jungle and makes it a 4v5 for the time being. Also a Dragon. RM finding advantages where they can.
Yeah, he's trying to come up by a little bit. And usually it's Chuan who gets caught, so even though he got his Lee Sin, still not showing the superior kind of play.
And actually, Luo going for some interesting items. Let's talk about those real fast. He has a Tear of the Goddess, and now he's going to build into a frozen, an Iceborne Gauntlet, rather. Keep wanting to call it Frozen Fist. But also interesting is the item choice there for XQ, as he will be picking up the components of a Youmuu's Ghost Blade instead of the traditional Kog'Maw itemization, starting with a Trinity Forest and then moving on towards Infinity Edge and Last Whisper and things.
I mean, who else do you pick for a teacher if not the best AD carry in China, Name? He's just going for the Youmuu's Ghost Blade every single
Youmuu's
time.
every game. It's a rule. It's like, what's that? I'm playing... I don't know.
Urgot.
Urgot, that's what I was thinking of. Still gonna go for the Youmuu's. Gotta crab walk fast. But yeah, Youmuu's looking like the itemization. And he's gonna have basically Z items. We'll see if he can catch up to Wayless. PYL taking the turret as LGD find their 6th turret kill of the game. And that is the last remaining outer turret here for RM. And RM, when they get the snowball rolling early, they can carry it out and end the game, but as par for the course for LSPL teams, when it comes to the late game decision making, might have some issues closing it out.
This game would still be comebackable for them, but they, despite the turrets, but they don't have a mid laner. They simply don't, and the top laner's also 0-6 right there, so one Corki can't really carry the game. On the other hand, you have an assassin mid laner like Wayless right there, so he can really carry the game himself. If it was just one missing member in the team of RM, it would still be a little bit easier, but missing the mid laner and the top laner is not really giving them the advantage that they want.
There's absolutely nothing that RM can do to Wayless right now, short of an exhaust. Like, the exhaust is going to be the big deal here, but only 0v0 has it. Traditionally, you'd see an exhaust on the support, but Luo actually went with the aggressive option in the Ignite. Not sure why you do that against such a huge burst damage team from LGD. I mean, exhaust is just so good. Kog'Maw, Zed, Kayle, all three of them just get completely destroyed. So, more exhaust would be a good thing, but Luo... going aggressive. Grabbing the Ignite and a whole lot more.
Yeah, he definitely got a lot of kills, and this bottom lane was so successful right there. But once again, Ziggs and Gragas, they can't do anything. They don't have the damage. They don't have the tankiness. They're still really squishy, so Wayless can just take them out as he wants. And that's actually why Luo goes for this big chain vest. He wants to get a little bit less damage from Wayless, from the Zed.
Here around the 25-minute mark, this is where games start to end if you're this far ahead in one lane or another. And with Wayless able to split push, it's just going to be the 4v1. Or the 4-1 split push, probably from LGD. That's the way Wayless loves to play. He wants to go for the big mano-a-mano kind of team fights. Or no team fights. Just going for the split push. Devastating the jungle. He'll be pushing down that bottom lane.
Well, LGD definitely don't want to get caught by Luo in the pushing any turrets, so they will wait for the Baron to spawn and then stone through the base as they want. But right now it is a little bit too risky, so they will be looking for a pick or maybe for this Baron respawn.
Honestly, LGD, they're maybe having some problems finding a pick right now, but I mean, Baron Nashor is kind of like the inhibitor for games in China. You have to do it before you win, and it's up in about a minute and a half, so LGD have that option if they want to go for it. RM stuck turtling in the base.
And the 26th minute right now, the Baron will be spawning in 145, and LGD will be ready and steady for him. Still, this Blitzcrank being the hope of RM. If they can catch Wayless underneath the turret and pull off a kill right there, then maybe they can go for a fight that they will win.
PYL and XQ have not had a good game right there. You can see about 1,000 gold difference between the carries, and that's even with 6 turrets worth of global gold and the Baron. LGD needs some help down there in the bottom lane, because Corki is incredibly strong right now. Wayless, I think he's probably up there too. Grabs a Giant's Belt on top of another Brutalizer. So, maybe looking to get tanky as well as damaging. He's way ahead of the curve.
Yeah, he'll be immortal in just a second. They couldn't kill him right now with his Living Shadows and with his flashes, but even grabbing a Giant's Belt right here, boosting up his health, and we get a little bit of a pause once again.
Yeah, so we get to take a little bit of a break while we look to load back in and get everybody's issues straightened out. So the story of this game kind of comes down to the carry lineups. It's not about, who can get better engages, better initiators, better strategies. It's just a straight up Wayless killing everyone. Whether he's on the split push and getting kills in 1v3s, or if he's just in the 1v1 matchup, devastating 0v0 all game long. But as inconsistent as his performance has been between games 1 and 2, it has been Luo just continuing every single game put up some of the most impressive plays I've seen all Demacia Cup. He's making the bottom lane look easy. The only problem is he has to keep his carry alive versus a Zed that is snowballing ridiculously out of control.
Yeah, and still, I'm really glad that this bottom lane worked out, and I'm really glad that this Blitzcrank actually worked quite well, because he got some nice rocket grabs. But yeah, it's not winning the game. That's the problem. The bottom lane can't really carry alone. And yeah, as much as 9769 is impressive, and with Luo, of course, well, his other lanes can't really do much.
I want to go back to the games where we saw Corki with Sorcerer's Shoes for some extra magic damage off rockets and phosphorus bombs, but this time around it's actually the Ninja Tabby, giving a little bit of respect to Wayless and trying to reduce that damage. A little bit of early armor on Kog'Maw, or on Corki, just trying to keep 9769 alive. Kind of a weird pick there, but finally with some big itemization being completed. You're looking for Last Whisper very soon, but it's the Seraphs and Zhonya's both done for 0v0, so a lot of options actually being picked up by RM to try to counter out Wayless's Zed.
Yeah, let's see. 064 Gragas at the moment. Make this Frostborn Gauntlet. And not really doing too much with the explosive cast. The same goes for the Mega and Feather Bombs from the Ziggs. So they do go for this kind of team fight and AoE ultimates, but they can't really do much with them. And, well, 9769 being all alone with the damage. If he gets caught by Willis, this is the end of RM. That is the key. But if he doesn't, that might be actually quite good. But there comes the Baron. LGD will most probably take this for free and will go for the base. And that's where the big thing begins. Can RM actually defend themselves?
Yeah, this is going to be probably a 4-1, but more likely than not, it's just Wayless wanting to 1v1 somebody. So instead of going back like the rest of his team is spending that Baron buff gold, he will continue his push. Keep that dream alive. Who is going to be the one to stop him? Looks like it's going to be Gragas, not for the 1v1 potential, but for damage reduction in case he gets all in, and the ability to just plain wave clear. And especially here in this next game, if you can knock Zed or, to be honest, even Kog'Maw, you get XQ out of the fight, it's going to be very big for those explosive casts. So we'll see how 2CM wants to handle that split against, like we said, one of the most dangerous carries on LGD.
And they are also winning in the farm. So even though Corki has so many kills, this Kog'Maw still got a little bit of free farming and still got a little bit of gold from the turrets and from the dragons and from the barons. So even XQ sitting at 2-3-4, he's still ahead of 9769, I think.
Pretty incredible if you ask me. 9769 still posting up huge numbers in the face of a Fed Assassin. And now it's a Black Cleaver completed there on a Wayless's Zed. Like, holy cow, this guy is just so stacked. 8-2. And with 300 in CS. He's got everything going his way. Other big notable item buys, the Runan's Hurricane done on the 17. So he's going to have a bunch of damage. And a lot of armor in and of its own right there onto a 2CM, finally completing that Iceborne Gauntlet on top of Ninja Tabby.
And coming out on top in CS versus a Ziggs is also a big thing right there. So Whale is definitely doing so well.
Game solidly swinging back into LGD's favor. They're up almost that legendary 10,000 gold. But it's going to be all about Luo and how he lands these grabs. If he lands the grabs. You can see him missing one there on Dechuan.
Unfortunately, yes. But LGD, they're still not pushing the turrets. They got this Baron, and they can't really push up the turrets. So what are they waiting for? What do they want to get? They can't really get any much more.
Well, at least as far as LGD are concerned, it's straight into the base. Looking to put some pressure there on to that mid turret. A little bit of a knockback, or knock up rather. Death mark there on to Jarvan. Is he going to pop? No, stays alive just barely. Wayless over diving. That's going to be the kill there, but of course kills happening in the mid lane as well. Chuan going to have to go back out the hard way. XQ tanking up the turret. And that'll be the safeguard to get him out. Oh my gosh, the flash in from 17. 9769. He's like, 17 just showed him who the better number was. It's like, pick a number, any number. 17. Taking down the bottom lane inhibitor off of that. LGD finally cracking the base off of a monstrous Kale play.
Now this should just lead to them getting even more and more. Actually taking the AD carry and the support out is like the dream. They took out everyone that is useful on RM's side, but still Wayless also went down.
So 2 for 1. Pretty sure LGD are pretty happy about that just because they will be able to continue to push with that man advantage. And this is pushing into the base. You have fast respawns, turret defenses. Rough place to be. Oh, the grab will land again. Intervention. It's a good spell. It's going to keep Kale alive for now. Trades his life away there for 2CM. That's a 1 for 4 exchange. LGD poised to take game number 2.
And triple kill for Kale in the end, boosting up the stats. Really good. Yep, LGD evening this one up. So RM, indeed, they are going for the 1-1 splits every single time they play. And it was such a good game versus LGD in the first one. It was so good. They got really big advantages right there. So what changed? It's incredible. Wayless just stepped up his play.
Stepped it up, and now he's looking to drop the hammer, put it down. Split push continues there for Wayless. He's clearing out the wave before it almost ever leaves the base, and now, okay, oh, there is actually the Living Shadow Deathmark into the back. Knockups there, so no more damage, but the assassination into the grab. Can't run, can't hide from Luo. He's going to make that a 1 for 1. Both carries down for each team.
Yeah, but still LGD do have the advantage. However, there's no one near the base of RM, so they can't really finish it off as of yet. They do have 2 inhibitors, though. Them super minions will be a pain in the neck for RM's team. So LGD just need to get there, and Karma is still going for the red buff, so they'll be taking their time, waiting for Wayless to spawn, and then most probably finish the game. But it's taking them so long.
It is, and that's actually not a bad thing for LGD, because while they may lack the closure to finish the game very quickly, they do have a Kog'Maw, they've got a Zed that's snowballing, and more importantly, 17's Kale. Starting to deal ridiculous amounts of damage now, just kind of missing out on like a DFG or Lichbane or something. He's gone for basically a full build that he's got there. All into the base there. XQ's going to get the intervention. And that is Kog'Maw. Nobody to stop him. He's in the back. And now finally some damage coming in. 9769 is going to get in there. Kog'Maw's still alive. And will he be able to pop? No. Not able to grab a kill off of it. 0v0 is going to fall there. And oh, it's Chuan diving through to give the kill on Lee Sin to 17. And now with 5 dead, it's LGD off of a dive through the base. Game number 1 for RM, but LGD fire back. They'll take game number 2.
And look at that, 17 even coming on and topping kills on Wayless, grabbing 2 triples in the end of the game. The scale looking really strong, and look at the CS too. 150 CS advantage, that's a lot.
Yes, that is a lot. No matter which way you want to slice it. So that's game 2 in the books, and a 1-1 score, tying things up. LGD, they are not going down without a fight. They've got to represent that LPL pride coming in against the LSPL challenger team here in their opponents. A little bit of a break coming up here as we hop into game number 2. We'll have picks and bans, hopefully, for that as we look to conclude one of the most exciting series here in the Demacia Cup. It's LGD Gaming. Of course, that's maybe redundant if that's what the G stands for. But regardless, they'll be taking on
RM.
The LSPL challengers. Yeah, RM looking incredibly good. We'll see how good they look here in the deciding game number 3. Of course, this is the English coverage of the Demacia Cup, brought to you guys on Twitch TV, made possible in part by our friends at Games in Asia and Gosu Games.
So these are still keeping themselves ahead in gold. They might get the third for themselves quite early too, but I don't really see that coming as of yet. But we have this Javan lurking around the bottom lane. Might get a nice gank with Luo once again going for the rocket grabs. Still sitting on the river right there. 9769 going for a little bit of damage on this turret. So that will most probably be the first one to go down in favor of RM. But Juan getting fouled in the jungle by
and there's a grab coming out. It misses. The Mecha Inferno Bomb can miss as well. But Luo, if he misses everything else, he's going to land it somehow. Apologies there, and crisis averted. Minor technical difficulties, but we're back and we're checking out the bottom lane again. Hopefully you guys can see that in time as Valkyrie back from 9769 gets him out safe and sound. Speaking of sound, I'm gonna turn that back on and hopefully everything working out again. Let me know if there's anything that I need to fix. Everything dropped there for a brief moment, but at least getting things back where they need to be. Everything still looking very good for RM.
Yeah, and actually LGD getting the first third of the game, that is a little bit weird, but still the first dragon of the game also went down to RM, carried the game all by himself, because the bottom lane is not looking too jolly for LGD.
XQ is going to be at least let alone in his lane for a little bit, but that's just because Luo and 9769 have rotated all the way back up to the mid lane. So Luo is still looking for those grabs, but he's hitting on a ward, so probably not as sneaky as he would have liked to be. RM, what is it that they're doing that's catching LGD off guard, or is it more LGD just overextending, Nero?
Well, it's just, I know, RM still winning the game, Wheeler's still doing well, and Luo still being a beast. Dominance, and Kog'Maw already 0-2. Corki already 3-0 in the top lane. 17 goes down, but he gets the intervention, so he creates a little bit more time of this Javan in the top for Chua.
All down to pick up the kill on to Chuan off the dive. And RM just so impressively chasing things out. Not overextending, but 0v0 might be a victim of the death mark. Coming in through the turrets, and it's the R again to get out. Wayla's continuing 1v1 dominance.
And I don't know what happened right there. Chuan was already over the wall, and the Javan ult still came out on the other side. But yeah, Luo getting the kind of a lucky ultimate. In the end, getting a kill. And Whalers still being very dominant. And even Chua can't do anything in the middle. But can Whalers really carry?